The book of Ecclesiastes. I was in this book last night. Every time I read this book, it's it's most definitely one of the most interesting books in the Bible. Not only for the literary styles that it's written in, because it's supposedly written by King Solomon, um, but it's written from his form as being the teacher, and then one is a teacher, one is somebody. Anyway, it's very interesting, like the actual literary style that he writes it in. I'm sort of like a third person. But Ecclesiastes 6, 10, and 11. I'll actually read two verses from there because I bookmark about 10, but let me read two of them. Ecclesiastes 6, 10 to 11 says, everything has already been decided. It was known long ago what each person would be. So there's no use arguing with God about your destiny. The more words you speak, the less they mean. So what good are they? And Ecclesiastes 7 and 3, which I found very interesting, said, sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness has a refining influence on us. And today I am just I'm grateful for my family. I am grateful for life, obviously, just being able to wake up this morning, and just grateful for the many gifts and the small things that God has blessed us with that we still learn how to use every day, you know. Um, I'll speak about this one first because, no lie, like I ended up in Ecclesiastes like while Brittany was trying to put the little one back to sleep last night, and I said a prayer and I said, God, give me something good to read. And I went back over this verse, but this one particular verse where it was like, sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness has a refining influence on us. And I literally sat there for about 3 minutes just thinking about this. And I was like, sorrow is better than laughter. Like, what God me, what are you talking about? And it just literally came to me. And it's true. Like sadness, sadness has a way of bringing about change, whether you look at it that way or not. Like when you laugh about something, like it tends to like fly over your head because it's a joke. Like we say, it's a kiki. You ain't taking nothing seriously. But when something sorrowful happens to you in your life, it usually brings about change in you. It refines you. It makes you like think different and act different towards it. You know, like after my father passed, throughout all that sadness, throughout all that pain, that also brought about change in me because I now was the I now was the patriarch of my family. You know, like I had to realize it at a point that like even though I was grieving, I still now had to like change my thought process. He isn't here anymore. That's reality. And through that sorrow, I went through so many different transitions. So many different layers of this onion I had to peel off, and the dead skin I had to peel off. But I could definitely say, like, through that sorrow, I was refined because through it, I came out a different person. I came out stronger, you know. I came out wiser. I learned a lot. I gained a lot. And so I had to share that particular understanding that was given to me last night. And the second verse, the first verse that I read, um, let me go back to it. Everything has already been decided. It was known long ago what each person would be. So there's no arguing with God about your destiny. Um, that's pretty straightforward. But I was confused about this one in particular because I've seen instances in the Bible where God has changed his mind, you know, like, but then I also realized what he probably was trying to tell us was that all of that again was part of the plan, was a part of our destiny, you know. Um, so I would encourage everyone, if you get a chance, to just read through this book of Ecclesiastes, because it's really thought provoking. And I think that the more that you read through it, the more like insight you get into it. And I'm pretty sure that each one of us would have a different um, definition or a different meaning to a lot of the things that were spoken about in this particular book. And I think that that was actually the intention of the author. Um, so thank you again for giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm Kerry, and I will relinquish my mic to